My name is Dustin Carr. I'm the owner of Easy Flate, and here I have with me my brother-in-law.
Welcome, everybody.
This is Jake. We are a family-run business, family-owned and operated out of Eagle Mountain, just a little bit south of here. And we've been in business for just about 2.5 years now. And really, we started as a happy accident. I was so tired of airing down my tires with a stick at the side of the road whenever I was going on my trail. Who's ever done that before?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, and then I was so tired of trying to air back up my tires with some kind of a smaller compressor that I said there has to be a better way. And that's what launched Easy Flate. Now today's not just going to be a sales pitch. We want to talk a little bit about tire pressure and what matters. So who here likes to go off-roading? That was our first hand to go up. Let's give him a duck.
Who was it?
This one right here, this gentleman who's doing the sunscreen. Perfect. Bad timing with the sunscreen, my bad. But
It's pretty good.
who here doesn't air down their tires when they go off-road? Oh, wait a minute, you don't?
Because I don't have a compressor.
Uh-oh, well, we've got those here for you. So when you go off-road, no matter whether you are rock crawling or overlanding or anything in between, even if you're just on a dirt road, you want to air down your tires. Now, who knows why? There's a couple reasons, so it's not necessarily a wrong answer here, but who's got an idea of why we want to air down our tires when we go off-road? Go ahead.
Because like there might be like some pokey stuff on the road.
Yep, let's get him a duck for that one. Thank you very much. There could be pokey stuff off-road. If you air down your tires, sometimes you can roll over those things a little easier, like a sharp rock or something. Yeah, go ahead. Better grip, yes, absolutely. Better traction, better grip. Go ahead. That's exactly it. So when we air down our tires, we increase that surface area. Did you get her a duck? Perfect, yep.
Good.
We increase that surface area, get better traction. We also get a smoother ride. So when we talk about pokey things, sticks, rocks, etc., it is almost like doubling, if not tripling your suspension if you were to air down your tires. At least that's how it feels for me. Now, another thing that most of us don't think about, who here has been off-roading and felt one of those kind of those whoops or those washboards, right? Yeah, and we love hitting those and how much they hurt our backs and everything else? Probably not. But did you know that the majority of those, unless they're washboards on roads that are manufactured, the majority of those whoops are caused by vehicles that didn't have their tires aired down enough. Because think about this, when you're hitting the road and you go over any kind of a bump at all, and you hit that ground again in your vehicle, if your tire is completely inflated, it's like punching the ground like this, right? But if it's deflated, it's like smoothly flopping over the ground like this. So it is part of trail stewardship to air down your tires. So just another idea to think about when you think about airing up or down. Now, at Easy Flate, as I mentioned at the beginning, we wanted to make sure that airing up and down was so easy that you never had to question if you were going to do it or not. Even if you're going off on just some dirt road for 30 minutes, you want to air down when you're using our products. So now we'll show you a little bit about what we do and what makes it so much easier to air up and down with our system. Here we have one of our 4-way hose systems, and Jake's going to help us out in showing you how to use it. We have 2 options for our 4-way hose kits, as you can see on the truck there, our coil version, and this one, our straight tube version. And both of them do the exact same job. Now what you're going to do with this is you're going to set it up either on your bumper or wherever you want realistically, but it's going to stretch around the same amount on each direction of your vehicle. Then you'll take it and go around to each of your tires, and you're going to connect it to each tire by simply pushing on the air chuck. You don't have to screw these on and deal with the annoyance of that. So I push it on just that simple. Do you want to give it a try? Go ahead, going over to that back tire there. You just hang on to the black part, not the orange part, and just shove it forward hard. Look at that. Sam's a professional. Great job, Sam. Thanks for your help.
Good job.
So just that easy.
Every time.
Now when you want to deflate your tires, you're simply going to open up the slide valve here, and you can feel all that air coming out. Yeah. Who needs to air down a little bit after how hot it is? There you go. Here you go. Yeah, you feel all that? Nice. There you go. Now you can see we started around 32. After about 10-15 seconds, I'm already at 28. So you can see how quickly that goes down. Yes, you're exactly correct. So that was going to be my next question was, what do you think each of the tires' PSIs are at? They're all at 28.6, equalizing between all of them. So no longer do you have to question which one's at what amount. Now, when you're done and you want to air back up, we make it just as easy again for you. We simply connect it to an air compressor, and we have multiple different options. We have 5 different compressors now. We'll run you through all those later for anybody who's looking for one today. You simply connect it, open up the slide valve, and you'll turn on your compressor. Now these ones are brand new compressors that are auto air ones. So these are set it and forget it technology. So here I'm going to set this compressor, let's just say 30 PSI for example. We're at 28 on here. I hit multi because I'm on a multi-tire hose system. Now it is a little loud, so I'm gonna speak up so you can hear me. But the way that this compressor is gonna work is now I set it and I can forget it. Kind of like those easy bake ovens from the 90s, right? But the beauty of this is I get to walk around, hang out with my friends. I get to relax, grab a drink, do whatever I need to. Maybe if you got a manual sway bar, now's the time to go take care of that. But you don't have to sit here and keep checking it the whole time. Now it's gonna stop every once in a while and it's gonna check the PSI. You heard how quick that was. I didn't do that myself. And it's running an algorithm to see how much longer does it need to go for. Now these are 35-inch tires, and this is a dual compressor running 10.6 CFM for some numbers for you, okay? Who here has tires bigger than 35 inches?
I don't.
Okay, just 1 or 2 of us? So it sounds like the rest of us have tires that are a little bit smaller than 35, and that's okay. This dual compressor will air up 35-inch tires from 10 PSI to 30 in less than 5 minutes flat. For anything larger than that, we typically go up roughly about a minute for every 2 inches in size.
30?
Set it for 30 and we're already done. Look at that.
Cool.
So there you have it, folks. This is the easy way to air up and down all 4 tires at one time, making it so easy that you should never have to question, am I gonna air down today or is it worth me airing down? Now the time savings, the ease of use, and the convenience should make it worth it to you.
Push for the battery then?
We do, yep, right to the battery. Got a positive and negative. And we do recommend that you have your vehicle running when you do it. Obviously for testing, for showing it here, it gets a little too loud for that. So yes, please.
Mountable version and
We are working on that. Yep, so pretty soon, hopefully by the end of summer here or so, we'll have some mounting options for the back where you can run a wiring kit. Now with these compressors though, these are really heavy duty, large, fast compressors. So we do not recommend putting them in the engine bay. The amount of heat that's coming off of your engine will be a little bit too much for that compressor. Plus you want to be sure to keep the caps in an area where they're not going to get dust inside of them. Even though they have filters, of course, you want to protect it as much as you can. So in the back cargo area, or if you're doing it in like a truck bed and we put a cover over it, those will be your best options here in the future. Great questions. Who else has questions for us? Go ahead.
The tire's squishy.
Are the tires squishy? When they're aired down, yes. Right now, we aired them back up to 30. But if you want to see them squishy, we could do that afterwards too, where we could drop the whole PSI and you'll see these drop all the way down. Yeah. Absolutely. You want to give it a try? And for anybody who wants to try it out, please come to a tire and give it a try. For taking off the valve stems, you simply want to hold behind it and give a little bit of pressure forward and then pull back on the orange stem. It might be hard for you guys with one hand, but you can do it. Let me show you real quick. So I'm gonna hold and pull back at the same time, and then I push forward. Now, if you have to do it with 2 hands, that's okay. Just push here and then pull back, okay? Could be a little, oh, there you go, you did it. Yeah, right? And then right here is where you can open up the slide valve. You can feel all that air coming out. You can try that.
I think that I've never how you saw that set up right here.
And folks, we got plenty of swag and fun little giveaway items up here. So come on up to the front if you want to grab some valve stem caps or stickers or more.
2 tires.
You could do 2, yep. So did you notice when you took those off how air didn't come out of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so because it's what we call a closed flow air chuck. What that means is, let's say that you were doing 2 tires, you could just hook up 2 of them and you'll be fine. None of the air is going to fall out of it. Plus, let's say that some trucks or RVs, they do different pressure. So maybe 40 PSI on the front and 60 on the back. So you would air all 4 of them up to 40, take off the front 2, and then get the back 2 up to 60.
Oh, that's
I do YouTube. That's what I do. I do it with Utah Off-Road Recovery. I'm out with them every weekend rescuing people that get stuck. Happens to all of us, happens to me. The big thing with it is most common thing that happens with guys when they go out unprepared. And it really don't take a lot to be prepared to go out. The number one thing when you get stuck, tire inflation. Go let air out of your tires. Drop them down to 20 psi. You'll be fine. You can make it.
The number?
Yes, especially on non-beadlock rims. 20 is good. 20, 25, right around there. And you'll be okay to drive out. You'll be fine. You'll make it out. But it increases your traction drastically. So that's the first thing. When you get stuck, air. So let air out. And then the second one that unfortunately is no fun, the second item to get unstuck, shovel. This is your best friend and your worst enemy. Nobody likes digging, but this will get you out. If you have this and a set of traction boards can help a lot. I have a set sitting over there. I'll show you guys. So those two items would be something I would say absolutely never go out without it.
The traction boards.
The traction boards, they're iffy, but a shovel, don't leave home without a shovel. That one and a jack, but most vehicles have a jack, so you're good there. Shovel, good place to start. Once from there, most people are traveling in pairs. You have a strap. This is a recovery strap, toe strap. And then you'll want a couple shackles. You can get them soft shackles.
The shackles for, I've never seen them.
Okay, I will show you that. The other one you can do is the real common hard metal shackles. Same thing. So throw these down here. This is a big one, guys. This is a huge no-no. So if anyone tries to rescue you and they try to do this, don't let them do it because people get hurt. Receiver hitch recoveries. Don't use the ball. That's what these are for. These are recovery points. So stick them in.
Just because it'll slip off the
Balls are meant for towing. So their shear strength is this way. So when you hit it and yank, you now have a 2-pound projectile coming straight back at the guy behind you. And it comes straight through the windshield, and it never ends well. We had a gentleman just 8 months ago, thought he was doing a good thing, helping a guy in a Dodge pickup truck. And he yanked it with his drop hitch, and it come off and went right through his windshield, and now his 2 little girls don't have a dad. You know, and he was just trying to be a good guy. So once you get your hitch link installed, like I said, you can go with one of these. It just goes like this. Okay. And for dimming, I don't want to unwrap that. That's Yankum Ropes. So
one of them is the kinetic.
This is a kinetic rope. These work spectacular. They're gentle, they're stretchy. They're kind of fun to play with, even not for towing. I mean, if you have to, you have to. You know, whatever it takes to get you out. So
Kinetic and static.
So kinetic, this will stretch 30%. And then once it reaches the end of its 30% stretch, it then transfers all that stretch to the vehicle behind you and pulls it and yanks it toward you. So in kinetic rope pulling, we practice 3, crawl, walk, run. So most kinetic ropes aren't designed to handle much more than a 10-mile-an-hour pull. And I know it don't sound like a lot, but that is an impressive amount of energy. This 7/8 rope has a 35,000-pound braking strength. And above 10 miles an hour, you're going to get close to that. So anyway, you go like this, through here, go through there, and hook that up like that. So that's with a hard shackle. And this particular recovery point is good. You can do either one, hard shackles, soft shackles. So soft shackles, same thing. Undo the knot. So put the knot like that, and then go through here. And I'll show you when I get it hooked up here real quick, guys. So, just for safety reasons, you want to pull like that. So that the noose is going back and you have to pull this knot through the noose, which as that tightens down becomes physically impossible. So always pull toward your knot.
But when you were saying the kinetic recoil, kind of like a kinetic recoil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, if a couple of you guys feel like a demonstration, a couple, 4 guys grab one end.
Tug of war?
Tug of war. And you will feel what I'm talking about.
End of the world, right?
And a couple guys on this end.
Okay, get that way.
And you'll feel it start to, as you pull, you'll start to feel it.
You win.
So, do you feel the stretch in it as you pull?
No, I think they're just whooping us.
Those guys. You win.
When you
Probably could run 10.
Oh, it is a Yankum, huh?
Yeah, it is a Yankum rope. This is Yankum rope product here. The hitch link is Yankum rope. The soft shackle is Yankum rope. Your static toe strap is Yankum rope. So,
Put in that.
yeah.
And you can use that.
So all of this stuff, like I said, you guys can find right over there at the Yankum booth. Now, that being said,
Or you can use it.
some guys, Yankum rope, oh, he's good. Yankum rope isn't in your budget. So, if that's the case, you have Badlands gear. Their stuff, very good, very reliable, very affordable. Now, the one thing that Badlands does that no one else does is this is a kinetic recovery strap. So it won't stretch quite the 30% that does, but this will stretch right around 18, 20%. So it does have give. So it can be used as a toe strap and as a kinetic rope. Now, the big thing with kinetic rope, guys, be aware what you're hooking to, because that's a lot of energy. So you hook 2 soft pieces on another car, they're coming.
Rusty bumper.
Rusty bumper, bad connection points. Jeeps have really good front connection points. Ford has a really good connection points. You know, most of your trucks do have good. Very true.
I see what you did there.
They have good connection points. Use those connection points. So then if you're more advanced in going out and you happen to have a winch on the front, your recoveries become different with winches. You then have tree savers. These are what they call tree savers. These are short little 10-foot guys. And so, yes, is you don't want to put your winch rope around a tree because you damage your winch rope, you damage the tree. These are gentle. So you would set that out, go around your tree. And then once you're around your tree, you get a pulley. Now, once you have your pulley around the tree, I'm going to use this as a winch rope. So make sure with your winch rope, guys, you go around your pulley first. Because if you don't, you'll put it together and then you realize you didn't put your winch rope around. So, and then through there, just like that. And usually one pulley is good enough to get you unstuck with a winch. And for 2 reasons you use a pulley. you can do a straight line pull where you just take your winch straight out to a tree and pull you, and go for that. Try it first. If it works, you're out, you're done. If it doesn't work, using a pulley, you go out from your winch to pulley and back to your vehicle. You know, and the reason you do that is you double your pulling power. So now it'll slow your winch down because you've added another wheel to it, but in turn it pulls harder. So it allows you to get more force to get yourself unstuck, especially in situations where you're in mud, you're mired down really deeply. Things like that works really well. And one thing a lot of people don't know on winches, the further you stretch your rope out, the more powerful your winch becomes. So even though a lot of people look on the front of there and go, oh, I have a 12,000 pound winch. You only have a 12,000 pound winch when you're on the last 4 or 5 spools of rope on it. The more you roll it in, the weaker it gets because it works on this same principle. It has more wheel, more diameter, loses pulling force. So that, the basics, if you're going out just by yourself and you have a winch, I would definitely go with a strap. I would have a strap because it gives your rope more length. You can use this in your winch to get more length. I would have a tree strap, 1 pulley, and at least 3, whether they're soft shackles or hard shackles. That's your guys' choice. You go what you want, what you like. So, and that would be my minimum kit for going out by myself with a vehicle that has a winch. So, Hinkley Overlanding has these fantastic A.R.B. kits today. They're 25% off. They have their large kit and they have a small kit. The large kit basically is set up for a winch. The smaller kit is more of just for no winch. And I do believe that A.R.B., I'd have to look on the box, but I do believe A.R.B. has the recovery rope style strap. Now, A.R.B. is the only one I know of that you want to keep track of how many times you use their static strap, or their recovery strap, their kinetic recovery strap, because it has a counter. You're supposed to keep track of how many times you yank on it, because after so long, the way they build them, they just become static straps. So as it gets older, it loses its elastic. Kinetic ropes, nobody's found the lifespan of these yet. They last till they break. And the big thing with these, you'll know they're about to go because they have an outer cover on them. And as this outer cover starts getting weird, you start seeing threads popping out of it, holes, or you can start seeing the inside of it, it's done. Throw it away. It's not worth getting hurt. So, but as just a going out on your own kit, I would definitely have one of these, because then if anyone comes along to rescue you, these work really good. So, and with these, don't be afraid to do just a standard pull. Just roll out, as soon as the rope goes tight, drive. These work fantastic for that. You don't have to wind them up like a rubber band and go like hell. So that is not necessary with these. So, and there are so many manufacturers of them out there. Be careful. Some of them don't make the quality they claim they make. Know what you're buying. Know your working load limit. Don't go outside of that, because that's when things get hurt. Max braking strength is not the same as working load limit. Max braking strength is when things go wrong. Working load limit, like this rope, I want to say working load limit on this is 9,800 pounds. Now, that being said, you buy the rope according to your vehicle, not the vehicle you're pulling out. This rope right here is a 7/8 Yankum rope. It is designed for Jeep Wrangler, Jeep Gladiator, Toyota pickup truck. Doesn't mean I can't use it to pull that Ford out, because it's based for my vehicle. And the way kinetic energy works, it works off of your vehicle. So if you were to hook a 10,000 pound truck to this and start yanking, that's when things go wrong. My truck, 7. It's under the working load limit. So those are just some of the real simple, easy things, guys. But if you guys have any questions, okay, you guys are welcome to come check out any of this stuff, play with it, feel it, whatever you want. So